What home improvement star just declared will have Hollywood elites hiding under the carpet by us4trump.com. Who else grew up watching Home Improvement 1991 to 1999 with Tim Allen and his youngest son in the series, Brad? Brad's real name is Zach Ty Bryan, and he's from southeastern Colorado. And he has an interesting take on the Hollywood crowd and their politics. Zach says it's kind of like high school. You know, you've got the cool clique. They think everybody should be like them, and the party of tolerance and acceptance is only accepting if you agree with them. Zach also touches on identity politics. He points out that the Hollywood crowd seems fond of promoting identity politics. He discusses a comedian by the name of Kevin Hart who has decided not to attack President Trump in his comedy routines. The former youngest child star of the Home Improvement family says, "I don't know his political beliefs, but I appreciate he doesn't throw it in our faces. I'm a fan of his," Zach says. The point of the entertainment industry is to entertain, and that he likes Kevin's non-political routine. Then Zach talks about how Hollywood thinks that the color of your skin should dictate what your comedy routine should focus on. Kevin Hart got his start in New England and was recently attacked by Kathy Griffin, who was offended that Kevin doesn't attack POTUS because Hart is a black man, as if Kathy Griffin couldn't get any lower. Right here, Fox News, there's a lot more conservatives in Hollywood than you would expect.
You follow Hollywood, you're part of it. Is it just predictable at this point, unoriginal? What do you make of the hysteria?
Well, you know, I think Hollywood they're just kind of in this echo chamber. You know, it's kind of similar to like the establishment in Washington. I feel that they've kind of just never thought that they were penetratable, and they had this agenda of Barack for 8 years and going right into Hillary for the next 4 to 8 years. And then you had President Donald Trump come along and win the election, so it kind of caught everybody off guard. And I think we're kind of seeing their reaction, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I imagine though, being in Hollywood, you're only allowed, from what we see from afar, you are only allowed to have sort of one perspective. It has to be anti-Trump. You've got to be angry. You've got to be upset about what's going on. What's it like for you? Because you're someone that has different political opinions. You grew up outside of the Hollywood media elite. You know, you grew up on a farm. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, my family's originally from southeastern Colorado. We grow wheat, corn, and milo. Yeah, it is different. I mean, surprisingly, there's a lot more conservatives in Hollywood than you would expect. They don't necessarily talk about it. They stay more anonymous. But you know, yeah, it reminds me kind of high school. You know, you've got the cool clique. They think everybody should be like them. And the party of tolerance and acceptance is only accepting if you agree with them.
Of course, if you're part of the group think. It's
but
absolutely
there's this new wave. The pendulum is swinging the other way, and I'm proud to be a part of it.
So part of the anti-pendulum, of course, is Kathy Griffin. She famously held up the bloody head of our president. She's now attacking Kevin Hart, a black comedian, funny guy. Because he doesn't hate Trump enough. Listen to what Kathy Griffin said about Kevin Hart. She said, "Look, if you want to not hear about Trump at all, go see Kevin Hart. He doesn't even mention Trump. I personally think that's a bleep move because he's a black man, but I guess he's selling more tickets than I ever will." So Kevin Hart has decided, my stand-up routine doesn't need to be about President Trump. There's plenty of things to laugh about, yet that's not okay.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't know his political beliefs, but I appreciate that he doesn't throw it in our faces. I'm a fan of his, and it just it's funny to me with Kathy Griffin, and I hate even legitimizing her with what she did. It actually really irks me, but it's kind of funny to think that you should have a political stance just because of the color of your skin. which is supposedly what they're very much against. So for me, I'm a big fan of his. He makes me laugh, and I'm just glad that I get to go watch him either in stand-up or in one of his films and laugh and get away from the world, because that's ultimately what our business is here for, not to express our political opinion.
That's so true. I mean, that was something that I loved about Home Improvement, the show that we all know you from. As we said, we grew up on that show. It was about family values, and it highlighted what so many families go through, the ups and the downs. Do you think we're going to see more shows like that on television? Because I think there is such a need for that today. You can take the politics out of it, but get back to just families being a family.
Absolutely, that's what I loved about Home Improvement. I thought that at the end of every episode, you kind of walked with a moral lesson. Mm-hmm. I think you will start to see that. They're bringing Tim Allen's show back to Fox, Last Man Standing, which I'm really happy for him. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think you're going to start to see. I mean, we're kind of living in two different countries. You've got Middle America, and then you've kind of got these big cities. And I think with Roseanne, you kind of saw in Hollywood that there is this demographic that really needs to be reached. It was unfortunate with what Roseanne said and did, but I think you'll start to see that, and we need to start getting back to kind of our traditional values, in my opinion, because we've lost that, and a lot of things happening in the world, I think, are because of losing that family, family background.
That's such a good point. Zach, great having you. Can you come back sometime?
Please do.
I would love to. Thanks for having me, guys.
Ciao.
That's it. They tried to see. That's the New World Order. They're trying to destroy the family unit. That's why they're fighting everything. The conservatives so hard. The former Home Improvement star Tim Allen will be back on the air with Fox with Last Man Standing. ABC canceled the series in its 6th season, and Fox picked it up. Tim says in a statement sent to Fox News, excited. Team LMS was in Last Man Standing was in the 6th inning, ahead by 4 runs. Stands were packed, and then, for no reason, they call off the game. It leaves you sitting in the dugout holding a bat and puzzled. He continues, now we get the news from Fox that it's time to get back out on that diamond. Hell yes, I'm excited. When I heard the offer to create more episodes of Last Man Standing, I did a fist pump so hard I threw my back out. It's the fans. I could not be more grateful for the fans who wrote petitions and kept up the passion and incredible support for the show. And Zach Bryan says, I'm really happy for him. Absolutely. It's just a shame. And the only basic news that you can get somewhat is from Fox News. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, you can't get any unbiased news. Everything is always downing President Trump. Listen, Hollywood's finished. The New World Order is finished. There's a new sheriff in town, and the people of America have spoken. We don't want this globalism garbage that they're trying to push down our throats. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.